Hey everyone, in this video, let's talk about how you can use Sintra to hack the job market with LinkedIn. In order to do so, here we are at sintra.ai and we're all logged in. And the way that we can go about this is, first off, let's take a look at a couple of things here. Let's go ahead and start by looking in our automation. So we're going to click over here and you're going to see that we have our social media auto poster. And if I click on this, we can see that we can create new posts. And from here, we can create our posts that we're going to post on LinkedIn. But before we do that, let's look at a couple of other things. We're going to go over to our power-ups here. And we're going to scroll down until we get to Soshi, our social media manager. And you can see here that we can create engaging LinkedIn posts. Now, before we go into that, I want to bring our attention to the top here. And we're going to see that we have our image generation. So we're going to use our image generation. We're going to click on this here. And what I want to do is I want to use this image here for our LinkedIn post. You can use the image generation to come up with whatever image you might want for your posts. And this is a good way of going about it because let's go ahead and download that. We're going to go ahead and head back now to Soshi in our power-ups, and we're going to create an engaging LinkedIn post. So here we have a post that we can use. We're going to go ahead and use this one here. And actually, let's go ahead and try some, because I've already used this one here. So let's go ahead and try this. Let's see how Sintra can help you post on LinkedIn. Did I get that right? No. Okay, we're going to select a tone. We're going to go with professional, and we're going to click generate. And now Soshi is going to help us write a post for LinkedIn. So here we go. So we have a lovely post here that we can use. And now we're going to head back. I just want to point this out here. Soshi, you can find on our main screen. So if you click on this, you could see that we have the LinkedIn power up right here, but we can also click on see all and you can find the same option there. So we've created our post. So now we're going to go back to automations. We're going to select our social media auto poster and we're going to create a new post. So here we want to upload an image. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to upload the image that we just created. So there we go. We've got that there. And let's see here. Do we scribe? I guess we'll just put a woman. Too many sitting at her, we'll just say PC. And so looks like Soshi's actually creating the post for us. And I don't know that that is what we want, but let's go ahead and see how this works out real quick. Actually, in the meantime, okay, there we go. So looks like in this case, what we're looking at here is we're looking at an auto post. So in this case, if we wanted to create our own post, then what we're going to have to do is we're going to actually have to open up LinkedIn and go to our LinkedIn post here. Then we can copy this and we can paste that into LinkedIn and we can post that way. But if we use the auto poster, then it's going to work a little bit differently. Just going to have to start from scratch here. But that's important to make that distinction. And in this case, let's try doing something a little bit more specific. A woman using Sintra to post on LinkedIn. Let's try that. So if this works out the way that I hope it does, then this is going to be a way of kind of working around the limitation there. So there's a couple ways you can go about it, right? You can copy and paste your post using the LinkedIn poster, or we can go about it this way. Okay. So in this case, it looks like we're still getting something somewhat random here. I would say that, okay, so these are our previous posts as well. So we have all of our options here. And in this case, I think that what we need to keep in mind is that if we are adding a picture, then whatever picture we add is going to indicate somewhat the content of the auto post. And the auto post is more so to maintain a social media presence and also to just let your community know some basic details about your company. So actually, this is kind of giving us some idea. So here it is based on the description that I put in for the picture. This actually did work out somewhat because it is talking about how Sintra can write your posts, although it is kind of has maybe a little bit of a sense of humor there with that. Let's take a look at this here. Yeah, so this with the auto posting, these are kind of like little blurbs that are going to go out, and whatever information you give to Sintra to tell about your company and how your company works, then it's going to give something along those lines. But if you want something a little bit more detailed and more specific, then you're going to have to use the LinkedIn post generator in the power up section. Now let's try something else here because we'll see how this works out. We're going to create a new post. In this case, we're not going to upload an image. We're going to just say continue without an image. Okay. So in this case, kind of the same thing. We're still kind of ending up in the same place, but it's important to make this distinction in terms of how this works. So if you want something more specific, then you're going to have to use the power up. So, but if you just want something that's going to be a post that maintains your social media presence, then you can use the auto poster function. But it's always going to be somewhat generalized information about your company, whatever your company happens to be. So this will give you at least some idea of how that's going to work. So there you go. This is kind of cool though. This is kind of fun. I like this. This is pretty neat. So this is going to give you at least something a little bit more playful. When you put in your own image, then you're going to get something kind of specific, but so you got to be specific about the image if you want to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back here to our power up. So I want to take a look here. And here we have the post that I was hoping for, which is basically how to use Sintra to create posts for your LinkedIn. So you could still do that, but you have to kind of go about it in a more roundabout way. So you got to go and use the LinkedIn nuke option in your Sochi power up in order to get something a little bit more specific. But you could still get some really fun stuff, some nice little blurbs by using the social media auto poster. And this is a way that you can use Sintra in order to hack the LinkedIn job market. So if you want to get out there on LinkedIn and make your presence known, take a look at the Sintra social media auto poster. I think it's pretty cool what it's capable of. It has its limitations, as we could see here, but it still is as advertised. It's still going to help you keep your social media presence and put out some interesting information on a regular basis about your company, whatever that is, and help you maintain your social media presence so that you don't have to be doing all of that work. So that's all there is to it. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment and like and subscribe, and don't forget to set your notifications for more helpful tips. Also, if you check out in the description, you will see a link to our link tree. There you will find a discount code Skillcraft60 that will give you 60% off your subscription with Sintra, so you could try it out for yourself. And you'll also find information on our upcoming Intro to AI webinars, as well as links for Cider AI and EnzoBot. Click on those links to get started. You'd be helping us out as well, and we would greatly appreciate it.